Nintendo!
Welcome back to Astrobot. In the last part, Fabian was going to rant about Sony, but didn't get to.
Wait a minute, was that the last thing you heard me say?
You started to talk, and then we just didn't hear any of what you had to say, actually.
For, like, the rest of the episode, pretty much.
I mentioned Astrobot. I was like, oh, Sony's so like, full of shit, because it's, like, running at almost entirely on the corporate level, and, like, the thing about corporate thinking is that, like, it's the same all the way on every kind of media, movies, shows, games, and it's always like just separated at the numbers from like any of the art. So like you think if something's good, then that pure thing is good, and anything that is old and just didn't do as well at the time can never like come back ever, because it's just all like a formula that they think they can figure out, and if they find that one thing that works forever, then they don't have to worry about any of more IPs.
Yeah, exactly. It's honestly it's kind of a miracle that Astrobot did happen under Sony's current circumstances, to be honest, but I'm not complaining. It was great.
Oh yeah.
And
being like
sorry, I'll let you continue.
That's good. It's such a well done platformer. I haven't seen too much of it, but when I saw you playing it, it looked like legitimately so much fun.
Yeah, it's a game. It's not doing anything innovative, but it makes up for that by just having a clear understanding of what makes a 3D platformer good. The thing you're describing too with corporations and that, like, pretty much every company has this problem, especially nowadays, and it's like it's really telling that oftentimes the companies that are better about this are still bad about this.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, even at its best, like, art-wise and inspiration, Nintendo business side is egregious.
It's kind of crazy that it's kind of crazy that they have as many active IPs as they do, and just how willing they are to bring them back. Like, just this year we got a remake of fucking Trace Memory on the DS, and then there was just a whole ass new Famicom Detective Club as well.
Also, I do want to state that the state of video games in general has been a little bit iffy creative-wise. Just in general, there is some truth to it, because
yeah.
I feel like in the last decade, and remakes have just been pretty dominant in a lot of projects. And it's not all hit and miss, but when I think of, like, especially Resident Evil, they're good remakes, but you know,
4 did not need to get a remake.
It didn't, but I'm happy. What we got was great.
Yeah,
but, you know.
Yeah. I do have to agree with that. Okay, Gabe, play this crab.
Who are you? Have you come to help me decorate too?
Oh, wow.
Why red clothes and a mustache even? That means... Could you be... Santa Claus?
Who's gonna lose?
Honey, what is it? Oh wow, on closer inspection I see you have red clothes and a shiny mustache. Could you be... Wow, that jump! how? Then it's true. You're Mario, the Mushroom Kingdom. Stupendular. Mario, the Mushroom Kingdom is here. Party on. Is it no time to be decorating?
Yeah, who decorates for a party?
Whoa, it's true. Can I touch your mustache?
Command grab.
That jump, it's gloriful. Granular. They just make up words.
I cannot wait to brag, everyone. I know this rules.
Luigi joins it too.
Oh, my decorations.
You must be president of the Mario fan club.
No, wait a second. Green clothes, mustache.
Hey, any chance that you're the famous brother who always gets left behind?
Brutal.
He's never experienced this once in his life.
Wow, aren't we lucky or what? How old are you?
Your sign.
And your hat size. Okay, your waist.
Favorite snack? Wow. The decorating stopped, and it's all because of you. If you want to cause pro, then you stupid.
Alright, boss fight. So I'm mixed on the whole. Like, I'm mixed on the sheer amount of remakes there are. Because, like, on one hand, you know, yeah, like, the common thing, like, it does... There is a lot... It makes sense to want a lot more originality, especially after how many remakes there have been recently. On the other hand, though, for one thing, I think remaking things is a good way to, like, say when a series has kind of fallen off and not been good for a while, just, like, remaking old stuff is a good way to, like, understand what was good about it in the first place. Help the, like, creators get a good understanding of that. Also, I like seeing old ideas, revisited with a, modern-day mindset. Just seeing what comes out of that as well. That's my take on that whole situation, basically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's very true. Like, inspiration isn't gonna, really stop if, just because. I guess. Yeah, okay. Oh, I need to organize my thoughts more, but if anybody else wants to talk.
Alright, I think...
Now, Whitney, did you have something to pass to Carrie?
Oh yeah.
I did have something to pass to Carrie.
My
Because I
hands
think
are
Carrie would
outstretched.
think this is
The
funny.
doobie.
Carrie, do you know... Are you familiar with the Big Bang Theory?
Sure.
Like the scientific theory of the television show.
I left it ambiguous because I thought that was a funny question to make you ask. The television show.
I watched some of it when I was younger, yeah.
So you know how, like... It's the thing that's really hilarious about it is how, like, not relatable it is to, like, nerd people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like... Okay. You know, like, this is not... I've never met a human being who's like this. What if there was a Big Bang Theory equivalent show, but for, like, Christianity, or, like, Christians, but, like, in the same way that, like, it gets so many fucking pieces of information about the Bible, like, wrong, and it's, like, completely not relatable to, religious people, like, Christians, like, at all, and then it just got a bunch of atheists to think that they're, like, really cool and religious when they're not.
Oh my
I think that'd
god.
be really funny.
Oh, that'd be really funny. I have heard, though, of shows or movies that have, say, a Catholic church service scene in them, and the way that the priest is dressed or what they say what the people say during the liturgy, or it's just completely incorrect. I've heard of that happening. I've never seen it because I don't watch
is
those
so
types of shows or
funny.
movies. But it's like, you'd think that would be so easy to consult somebody to make sure you were
There's
correct.
so many Catholics.
Right?
Like,
There's so many
And I feel like-
Catholics. Like,
I feel like Catholics are easy
how many
because like
Catholics are there?
How many Catholics are there?
there's like at least like 4.
Like, are we counting the,
For sure.
also the Catholic, the churches in communion with Rome and not just the Roman Catholic churches here? Because that
I would say
would increase the numbers.
See, I feel like
it would be surprising if it decreased the numbers.
I feel like
It would notably
what
increase the
Whitney's
numbers.
talking about here too, like, or Whitney, Gary, both of you are talking about. I feel like something that doesn't accurately portray Catholicism, like, if it's not the main focus, like, okay, understandable, I guess. If it is the main focus, seriously, why the fuck did you not, like, spend time doing research on this?
Yeah, it's
Right.
I just feel like there are so many Catholics that, and like the difference between like Catholics and Protestants is like, I feel like Catholics are required to learn more about the architecture of a mass. That like Protestants aren't really, because there's not really a single set. I mean, okay, Protestant isn't a denomination, right?
Pretty
It's like-
broad category, but yeah.
it actually is basically just like anything that's not Orthodox or Catholic.
Right.
And,
Specifically the churches that broke off during the Protestant Reformation.
Yeah. But it's like there's so many that it's like there's no, even across like Baptist churches. or
Right, like you
Presbyterian
have
churches,
high
like,
church
there's no-
Anglicans to like Quakers. Are Quakers even considered Protestant? Or are they too far away? But that's kind of the spread you have.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
a second
yeah,
there,
yeah.
I thought Carrie just said Quake, like the game.
Oh. There are
yeah.
reported between 1.2 and 1.375 billion Catholics worldwide.
You know, it's
And
just...
that's specifically Roman Catholics.
Whoa. You know, it's also like going off, like, I was going to say at one point that if you want to make, like, write a book, make a movie, or just anything along those lines about a very specific subject, if you're not already an expert on the subject, and honestly, probably even if you already are, do your fucking research, man. And it's like, however, make sure you're doing your research correctly and not just looking up list of things related to this subject on Wikipedia, because when you do that, you get shit like Ready Player One. Or alternatively, The Big Bang Theory.
So what is stuff about the Big Bang Theory that is wrong? Like, do they get physics wrong, or what's the deal?
No, it's nerd stuff.
Or like the rules of D&D or
So-
something? Do they get those wrong?
So, it's not so much about getting things wrong, but it seems like the whole joke is just listing a bunch of nerdy things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, basically. It's like the joke is like, oh, Sheldon said Flash. And then the occasional like nerd fight where they're like, you know, Hulk could beat the sun in a fight or something. Which like, I don't know, that happens, right? And
Yeah.
like, you know, like I've definitely gotten in arguments about like, you know, would Midir beat like Placiduous in one-on-one combat? And the answer is probably not. But you know, and that's like fun, but like it's like it's a satire, right? But like it's a satire about a whole subculture that like
damn, that did nothing.
is made by people who aren't in the subculture. Like Simpsons is a satire of American suburban life, right?
Right.
But it was made by somebody who lived in American suburban life.
Just about everything on the basic Simpsons, like, basic structure of The Simpsons comes from Matt Groening's own experiences.
Yeah, which is why it's so good, is because it's made by somebody who's within the community.
And it was also just written by a lot of very funny people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're so right, Evan, for that.
And oh my god, I feel like I had something here, but
Sorry.
you know, it's like also like I feel like a lot of people there's like a lot of I don't know if this is true actually, but like nerd fights like, oh, this character could totally beat this character, or like I
That's what a
only
nerd
had,
fight is.
I stopped having arguments like that before I graduated from high school.
I thought a nerd fight was nerds fighting.
I mean, it could be.
I mean, it kind of is. I think
It's
like
like
the only
physical
real
fighting.
time that happens, like a nerd fight happens, like that I see is like when somebody says something that is just like demonstrably wrong.
Yeah.
Like if somebody was like, fucking Toad could kick the shit out of Shadow the Hedgehog, and you're like, wait,
Okay, if somebody said that,
Wait.
I'd assume that it was a bit, and then I'd play along with it.
that's so fair. I was trying to think of something that was like so obviously wrong.
And that Toad, Prince Mush.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll get into that when we get into that, but oh my god. Let's just say that when we do the Mario Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door commentary, let's just say that Gabe's gonna have a lot of fun with wrestling commentary.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring in words like kayfabe, heel, babyface, no selling, jobber. Oh, I can't wait.
I like how half of those I only know because I am addicted to TV tropes.
It's gonna get even worse.
It's gonna get even worse.
Even worse.
I just noticed this guy isn't called Hermie. He's not just Hermie. He's Hermie the Third.
The other Hermes have died.
Because he's a hermit crab.
I like
Hermie.
the shell.
Hermie. More like
I mean, to
Hermie.
be fair, Hermes was around a long
Hermie tree.
time ago, so
Hermie.
Kirby.
Hermie.
Kirby?
No, the way Miss Piggy says Kirby's
Oh,
nickname.
oh
She's
yeah,
like,
Kirby.
Kirby.
Gabe.
Yeah.
This fight's
When
been
was
going
the
on
last
for a
time you
while. I
breathed?
just realized.
Yeah, so
When was the what?
this is
Last time you breathed.
Long fight.
A while back.
Being mad.
now
long
a
fight
big
season.
part of this is probably because I don't know all the optimal strats in this game in these games, but also I feel like boss fights in the Mario and Luigi series in general tend to take a while.
I think it's a skill issue.
Alcoholic.
I'm not going to deny that because again, I don't know the strats.
No, I'm half joking. They do drag it on a bit, especially early on.
From the ones I'd play, I'd say Partners in Time was the worst about this. Though that might also be why Partners in Time lowered bosses' HP counts in the European and Japanese releases. We'll talk about that game another time. But yeah, this fight, it also, like, another thing, though, is it did take me a while to realize that you are supposed to burn him when he's hiding in his shell.
Stop
Very
trying to do as a
violent.
gimmick.
Oh, he's going for the mind games there.
Love how he's decorated like a Christmas tree. What's that on the top? It's
That
not.
is, the
Among
person-
Us.
that
Get
is-
Among Us.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's a
just working
radioactive
Among Us.
popcorn kernel.
It looks like a penis to me, but,
Mm.
it was,
I think
it
all
is,
of the answers were.
it's the, piece of the bean star that we're looking for.
Oh yeah, I think I made the joke that it was a dildo before.
Please excuse me, Hermie, he looks a little he's a little kooky. Gee, I'm sorry, fellas. I guess we were in the wrong.
Anywho, I'm sure you two must have some reason for coming here.
Huh? The bean thing on the shell?
Wow, whoop-de-doo. That's so important. What's so important about that thing?
Wow, did you hear that, Hermie?
Oh, is that so? Then I suppose I have no choice.
The bean clock obtained.
It seriously does just look like a cartoon drawing of a cock and balls.
It does. It really does.
It sings so well, too.
It's true.
But we
I thought it
tried
looked like a
so
chef's hat.
hard. Sorry, Fabian, what'd you say?
Got so far.
I said I thought it looked like a chef's hat.
I can see that.
I too can see the chef.
I can't see. I'm blind.
That sucks. Stevie Wonder.
Superstars are busy.
Oh yeah,
I'm
we
sure.
Smash Team games via echolocation, like I do.
June.
I make June Pro commentary.
I'm June
I'm gonna
Pro-
keep doing this.
We'll get used to it eventually. I think the big thing is just the fact that we haven't actually carried out the rebrand yet as of the time
We
of
haven't
recording.
carried out the rebrand.
That's my name.
Very good.
Good job,
Harry,
Harry.
funny. Oh, Harry, name word.
By the
Whoa.
way,
Whoa.
sorry, could I want to share this actually. So, in 2014, I was at an anime convention with Carrie, okay? And, you know, we passed the karaoke booth, and, you know, we were with some other people, and one of them mentioned, like, oh, hey, karaoke, and then I just casually said, karaoke, and then Carrie just stopped with the blankest face ever. She just stopped walking for a couple seconds.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had ever said that before.
When Carrie's being carried.
And now I'm really used to people using my name as a pun.
It's because you're around us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, punsters.
More like puntsters, and then
Hey,
I punt
that's
you
our
across the
word.
planet.
Or the punsters from Hamtaro Rainbow Rescue. Those of you who were in on that commentary.
Can see
It
the
was,
punsters.
Pashmina, Penelope, Bijou, Sandy.
Oh my!
They were in the. It was like the Boo Manor equivalent, but had the
Yeah.
really good song. It was
Carrie's
like
like, hey, people who are in
Ham
watching
Star
that
Manor.
Yo, you people.
is,
Hey, all
is
you
the
people.
is the people who names it.
You know, it's kind of funny because that's where Mean Oxnard was.
Yes.
Next
A boy
time,
punster.
next time on Junpro comes, Skatadora punts somebody across the room.
Whoa, that came out of
Basically.
nowhere.
Well, punting.
Both that joke and okay, there we go. It came out of somewhere.
It did come out of somewhere. My mouth.
You remember this fucking mouth. Damn it,
Yeah.
fuck!